Yo, what is happening, guys? I was just updating the title because I realized that I still had it on the gun tank tutorial, but we are in fact painting a ground type Leo, so better update that. I need this. All right. So I painted a heap at the studio today, but I need to catch up with the tutorial on the areas I did paint at the studio. So let's do that. All right. I've moved my camera too, so should be closer to me. All right. So the model will look vastly different to how you saw it before. First, we're going to work on the light brown areas. And for this, we're going to use dryad bark. So we're going to apply 2 thin coats of dryad bark to all of those areas. As you can see, I've pretty much done the rest of the miniature except for this foot. Don't stress, we'll run through all the colors that I have painted. This is a little bit different to my previous tutorials because, yeah, I had to paint a lot of it at the studio. All right, while that dries, we'll do the red. We're gonna be doing a lot of colors all at the same time here. Whilst that brown dries, we're going to take some Mephiston red and we're going to paint this small section on the head here. Remember, if you make any mistakes with these colors, you can just go back to the previous base coat and just tidy it up. Once you've applied the 2 thin coats, it will look like this. Yeah, I did a lot of painting off stream. I did a lot of painting off stream. I would have done more as well, except I would have not been able to film the stuff for the tutorial. So, Rewas, thank you very much for the follow on Kick. Hoping that you're not a bot over on Kick. Maybe you are. Who knows? It's normally a bot on Kick, so yeah, I did a lot of painting. Yeah. Let's see if it was a bot. I don't have the Kicks chat in our chat. Hey homie, I can share your stream in a Kick community. Yeah, okay, sick dude. You're a bot. Yeah, these the Leos I feel are going to be quick. They're going to be quick. The Space Leo will take longer naturally because he's got some extra. He's got some extra additions, but I still think it'll be pretty quick. We'll work on the light grey areas next, and for this we are going to use standard Mechanicus grey. Again, we're going to apply 2 thin coats of this. As you can see, those are the other areas I have painted light grey. No stress, Pixel. No stress. I have started stream earlier than I would normally start just because now I'd just be sitting around otherwise. All right. Let's do the shade on the olive. The shade that we have used for our olive green here is a 50-50 mix of our base coat, which is Deathworld Forest, and Abaddon Black. So you want to try and apply this as controlled as possible. If you do make any mistakes, just go back to your base coat and tidy it up.
stage. 24/7, we ain't never taking breaks. Got a lot to learn, think you better know the game. Cause I've been making plays.
I used to work with a guy that was a rapper. This guy sounds a lot like him. Like he was both a vocal rapper and also rapped vehicles. Doing some pretty thick edge recess shades there. What am I doing? Just need this to flow a bit better.
Turning up the amps right now. You looking at the champs right now. Y'all know we can stand that really is news. You look confused, why? You are what you choosing to do. Me, I've been making the moves, paying my dues, getting this done with the fam. Y'all know that I am the dude. Bend that low, hit that high, got that hustle, got that drive. One more time, best alive. I want it all, everything mine. I got something to prove. I wanna lose. Yeah, something to prove. You know that I wanna lose. Yeah, gonna leave this here. This right here gonna be that year. Yeah, that's too sincere. I don't really think I could be that clear. I'ma be right here, but y'all know that. Wanna feed my fish, try to hold me back. Y'all do that, try to hold me down. Karma is real and it's coming around.
to recess shade the brown, we're going to take Dryad bark and mix it with some Abaddon black, sort of just like we did with the olive. And that is going to be our recess shade for our brown.
Oh yeah, I'm dirty, but I'm so damn clean. Oh yeah, I'm flirty, but I'm so damn mean. When I don't get what I want, when I want it. So give me something dirty till the morning. Break it down now. Yeah. Come on, come on. Oh yeah. Oh, come on. Break it down now. Wash it out now. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Scrub the ground now. Break it down now. Wash it out now. Get it, get it, get it, get it. Dirty.
Do you know what? I'll tidy that brown up. I might as well do it now.
Oh, yes, believe it. Don't need a reason. Grab me and greasy. I'm extra seasoned. So thick and lean. Your favorite cuisine. I'm on your TV like Guy Fieri. I like to tease and I keep it clean. But we dirty talking. We get obscene. Caught me indecent. We in agreement. Hot as a mother. In every season. You know how I get it when I get like this. I like how I get it when I'm in my drip. All around. talk, so I lick my lips. Gotta serve it up, so I get my tips. When I'm in the ship, I don't make no skips. Cut it like clips, and I'm gone. You got the right kind of eyes to be looking at me. The way you smile, hypnotizing. I'm grinding my teeth. Oh yeah, I'm dirty, but I'm so damn clean. Oh yeah, I'm flirty, but I'm so damn mean. Oh yeah, I'm dirty.
Gun Tank is finished. Finished him last night. So he joins his friends. And yeah, onto the ground, Leo. Onto the ground, Leo. And the space Leo will follow. I'm very keen for when the rules come out for the game. I'll be editing the Gundam tutorial pretty soon, and we'll be creating that little sort of portfolio to send off to Bandai in the hopes of potentially getting some sort of support. I don't know what that would be, whether it was early miniatures or an early rule set or something along those lines. That would be pretty cool. Or we get nothing at all. That's the worst that happens, and that's not even that bad. All right, Ground Leo. Gundam Ground Leo. Yeah, so we are going to paint majority of this 105mm rifle with Corvus Black. Taking some Corvus Black next, we are going to paint the majority of this rifle with this color. So it's basically going to be all of that area, all of the front area here, leaving that sight with the standard mech, and then all of this area that is we've left with that Deathworld Forest is going to be Corvus Black. Hey, need some more blue tack. Don't need him flipping off his base. Is a Leo? A Leo would sort of be a Zaku equivalent. No. Sort of is, isn't it? Haven't really allowed for amazing access on this miniature, unfortunately. Be painting as much detail as I can in there, as far as I can sort of reach, but yeah, it's not great, access for painting. Like, how do I get this bit here, right? I think I'd just get that a nice clean Corvus black in there and leave it. I don't really want to pull this miniature apart. Again, this is not really that good either. I think out of all the miniatures they've made with the push fit, I feel like this is probably the one that's not the greatest. This one's the one that's not the greatest. All the others are pretty good. Like, I don't like the gun tank pose, but it's still push fit wise, and being able to access the model is good.
stupid. Hey.
Having some issues taking paint off too. Might change his playlist up, I think. To be fair though, this site just doesn't have a lot of music on it. We're painting a lot of colors today, Fran. We're painting a lot of colors today. Yeah, we are doing like an olive green. Okay, I think I've picked the wrong song as well. Hey kids, welcome to Painting with Battleforge Gaming Justin. Brighter color clothing? Yeah, nah. Ain't no way. The only thing that's bright colored is the miniatures. Whilst we are using Corvus Black, we are going to thin it down a little bit and use it for a recess shade on our mid-grey color, on our standard Mechanicus grey. So we're going to use the Corvus Black for this. And I was sitting around again before stream and I was like, I could put a Gundam lore video on, but I'm pretty keen to paint. And I need to be painting more on stream. I think that's one of the things that sort of negatively affected the audience. So paint more. I think the Gundam might not be the most favored thing by people. Like, I think people would normally want to see me paint a Space Marine, but yeah, I'm going to paint what I want to paint. So and this is for future content. This is for future exciting content. Yeah, I gotta be pretty careful with this. The paint's getting chipped quite easily. It's fine. It just means I'm gonna have to do some more touch-ups than normal. Try and handle it a bit better. All right, we've got one oh no, we've got another recess to do. Sorry. I was going to say we've got one last recess to go, but we don't, because I need to recess shade the red and the Corvus black. Right, so let's recess shade that red there. So with a mixture of Mephiston red and Rhinox hide, we're going to shade our red. We're going to actually shade the whole lot because it's just going to be too hard to recess shade. So we'll shade the whole area and then we will layer it back up at a later stage. Right, cool. Now we will shade the dark gray area. Need to film a clip for this. What am I doing? Crazy. Crazy. Next up, we're going to thin down a little bit of Abaddon Black, and we're going to use this to apply a recess shade on the areas that we based with Corvus Black. It'll be quite subtle, but it will help to add detail. Okay, let's start doing some highlights. I need to do his lens, hey. Let's do his lens. Taking some Avaland Sunset, we are going to paint the mono lens. Two thin coats for this. That actually makes the biggest difference on the model out of everything. Just that little mono lens. Not sure how I managed that. All right, now let's move on to the red. Moving on to the red areas on the head, we're going to take some Evil Sun Scarlet and apply an edge highlight to whatever this thing is. I don't know what it is, but it's going to be red. So highlight all of those little raised ribs. Avi subscribed for 5 months and you're on a 4-month streak. That's weird. Thank you very much for the support, Avi. Thank you. Are you ready for the new Night Rain difficulty? What is it? Deep of the Night or something? I was reading up on it today. You pumped? Well, also, so this Thursday, funnily enough, when the Night Rain does drop, I do actually have my mum's birthday, so I will be going out for dinner that night. The new Night Rain difficulty. So this is what it says, Avi. Night Rain is adding a new high difficulty mode called Deep of the Night. This mode features significantly stronger enemies, randomized Night Lord targets, randomized Night Lords, you don't get to pick your Night Lord, and weapons with mixed positive and negative effects. So weapons have more than one positive effect they can have on, but they can have a negative. The difficulty increases each deeper level of the expedition, with an endless battle mode available at depths 4 and 5. We nearly got Night Rain Horde mode before Space Marine Horde mode dropped. That's how long Space Marine took to drop Horde mode. Night Rain nearly beat it. Stork, my guy, how you doing? Also, it probably sucks for people internationally, but I've been starting stream an hour earlier as well, just to try and get some more painting in. Got to get all the Gundam painted. All of the Gundam. All right, I think we're going to focus on the lens before we start highlighting the green. So let's just do that. It's going to be real simple lens too. It's probably just going to be Uriel yellow with a Dawn yellow edge highlight, in all honesty. It's all I've been doing for the lenses. I've been keeping them real simple. Haven't been doing any reflection like we do on Space Marine lenses or any of that type of stuff. This one would work very good with it. Although yellow is not great for it. That is quite literally the wrong one. Taking some Uriel yellow now, we are going to focus on that lens again. So we're going to use this to base coat the whole area just to brighten that yellow up even more. Make any mistakes like I just did there, try and wet your brush and remove it, or you can just go back to your base color. And fix it up. How did the Necromunda game go? You can ask, I think Marvin's in chat. You can ask Marvin how the game went. I think it was good for both Nath and Marvin to play. I think they learn a little bit. I think it reinforced some ideas for Marvin, I believe. It changed some ideas for Nath. Yo, Ray, what's happening, man? How you doing? How you doing? What's on your paint table at the moment? After you finished Arc, man, what did you work on? We working on something different? Or are we still doing Eldari? Striking Scorpions, nice. Oh, dude, you were on the brush hard. Understandably, take a break from it. Understandably. I might just get the hairdryer onto this lens. Well, I've been going nuts on Gundam. It's not really doing wonders for my Instagram, but it's my like paint mojo's at max. It's at max, dude. I've been thoroughly enjoying these Gundam assemble models. From Bandai, get in touch. Bandai, get in touch. Taking some Flash Gits Yellow next, we're going to apply a primary edge highlight around the edge of the lens. Yeah, just super, super simple, this lens. No reflections or anything like that. Then finally, using some Dawn Yellow, we're going to apply a thinner secondary edge highlight. Or will we? What are we going to do for the green edge highlights? That is the question. Do I go down the path of the weapon casings on my Van Sar? That could be the route. That could be the route. Although it's a different color, so we won't be doing that. Shush. Scratch that. Okay, Deathworld Forests. I think Ogren Camo is going to be our secondary edge highlights, so let's try 2 parts Deathworld Forest to 1 part Ogren Camo first. Maybe it's a 50-50. Shadow of the Erd Tree DLC, yeah, it is fun. The weapons in the Shadow of the Erd Tree and the spells are really, really fun as well. Okay, let's see. What do we think? What do we think? Let's do it on this. Faith Dex build. That is interesting. I suppose. Do you know what though? That actually really works with the Fire Knight weapons from the DLC. There's some Fire Knight daggers, great sword, which is actually an ultra great sword. Queline's rape. There's some really good Faith Dex weapons. Man, the daggers go batshit crazy. If you get 2 Fire Knight daggers, whew. Very cool. And then you can get a weapon art. Oh, dude, you can get a weapon art to put it's like what's the snake dude's name? I forget his name now. Shit. Mesmer. You can get like Mesmer's flame on them. Oh man, they're so good. Valde, how you doing? Okay, now let's see if Ogren Camo is our secondary. I always like to do just a little test before I film the whole tutorial, obviously. Because that would be batshit crazy. How do I feel about that? I feel like it might be a touch too bright, maybe. I've done a few of the assemble models. Really hard going to ER from night. Yeah, it is. There's, like I said, I was chat that other day. I was like, there's a timing. The timing's different on a lot of the stuff. Yeah, so I have painted up the Xeon Rush. So we've got the Bazooka Zaku from Xeon Rush. We've got the Heat Hawk Zaku. Which I love the Heat Hawk Zaku. He's cool as shit. It's got the Heat Hawk Zaku. We've got Shah's Zaku too. The Red Comet. I'm putting my arm in paint. Putting my hand in paint. How'd that happen? And then unfortunately, I didn't film the tutorial on the Zakus, but I did start doing a tutorial on this guy. You may know him. I'll go back. Don't worry, Savage. I will eventually do one for those guys. I've got it written down. I've got the colors written down. I'm hoping that they come out with like a Zagok or a Gelgoog or something, and then I can do chars like Gelgoog. So yeah, I've got the RX-78-2. This has a full tutorial. It is filmed. I'm going to edit it shortly. And then we moved on to this idiot. I hate the pose. I love the suit. I hate the pose. They shouldn't have done him laying down. I get it's nostalgic. I get that it's nostalgic. Gun cannon's so cool. Put the beam cannon, the beam rifle in his hand. The man is humping the ground. He is. Yep. Kai is on demon time. He's trying to impress the girls in the white base with this shit. And they're not impressed. And they're not impressed. And last night we finished this guy off. And then last night we finished this guy off. I wish they didn't have the cannons pointing in two different directions. That's given me the whole whale vibes. Like, what's going on? That's what it's doing. But yeah, so gun cannon's finished. Gun tank is finished. The Gundam is finished. The Zaku's are done. We are moving on to the ground Leo. Following the ground Leo, we are going to do the space Leo. After the space Leo, we're going to do tall geese. And tall geese is going to take way longer than any of the other models we've done so far. Yeah, I watched Short Circuit as a kid. Yeah, it's like that. Goose be tall. Yeah, it actually is. The tall geese is massive. The tall geese is massive when you compare it to the other suits. Yeah, look, there's a few things I would have... Do you know what? There's a few things I would have done differently if I had my time again. Yes, I would have angled both these cannons the same way. I would also get a real sharp hobby knife and just cut these arms off and glue them on afterwards, because that was a pain in the ass painting around those arms because they're fixed to the body. Yeah, so that was annoying. That was annoying. Anyway, we've got a Leo. We've got a Leo to continue. I'm just trying to work out the double edge highlights. And I don't think I'm happy with that. So, I'm happy with the primary. The primary was 2 parts of Deathworld Forest, 1 part Ogren camo. So I think I'm going to go maybe 3 parts Ogren camo to 1 part Deathworld Forest for the secondary. I just want a little bit of that green in that secondary edge highlight. Pixel, if you want to message me on Instagram about the Shah red recipes, I can just send you the breakdown if you want. Keep in mind it's not as intense in person. So like I think it's actually more accurate to Shah's suit. Like the orange, it's actually just squig orange over Wraithbone. So it's a little more pastel than this. The red's pretty close. That's probably just a little bit more intense than the actual color. You'll be patient and wait for a video. Look, the video, I don't know how long the video is going to take on another Shah miniature, you know. Really depends on what they do with Gundam Assemble. I don't know if they're bringing any miniatures out until next year when the new game releases. And then we've only seen a handful of the new suits. So, like I said, it would really depend if they came out with a Gelgoog or I could probably do a Zagok. You'd love you get your hands on the cards though. Yeah, look, it's very, very popular. It is extremely popular. I know that my local General Games still has, I think they've got copies of the Wings of Advance, which is the Tall Geese box. And they might have some Heroic Beginnings, but they are completely out of the Xeon Rush and Seed Strike. So, like, it's been a long time since I've been... Yeah, this is... Okay, this is the right color. that's the secondary we want there. It's been a long time since I have collected cards, and the first I got all of the starter boxes, obviously, because I've got all the miniatures. But the first box I got was the Xeon Rush box, and I had no idea about the cards. I was like, yo, these cards are really fancy. I don't know why they all foil. I was like, how would you be able to tell the difference between what the good cards are in the set and what the average ones are if they're all foil cards? And I went and bought a second starter box because I'd painted the Zaku's. Actually, turns out I got a God deck with the Xeon Rush. Yeah, that is the that's what we want. I do need to be thicker with my primary edge highlight though. I've been doing it too thin lately. I think that's what I do. I just don't want to go full Ogren camo. It's just a little bit too... No, I've got a plan. All right, I'm happy with the primary. I'm definitely happy with the primary edge highlight. So let's go ahead and paint this part for the tutorial. Next, we're going to move on to painting the edge highlights of the olive green armor. So the first of our 2 edge highlights is going to be a mixture of 2 parts Deathworld Forest to 1 part Ogren camo. And we want this to be quite thick because we are going to be applying 2 edge highlights. So your edge highlights might be thicker than mine. This is just really dependent on how thin you can personally paint your edge highlights. So that's how thick my primary is going to be. And I don't think he has anywhere near as many edge highlights as any of the other suits. At least I don't think so. Yo, Melter Hero. Thank you very much for the raid. How are you doing? How was your stream? What'd you get up to? Are we talking like a Melter from Warhammer? Melter gun? Also, welcome streamers, welcome. We're just painting up some Gundam Assemble miniatures for the soon-to-be tabletop game. Sometime next year, I'm not sure when. Sort of in the middle of a tutorial here. On a ground Leo. We've painted up a bunch of the other ones. So like, this is how the Leo is going to end up looking quality wise. Right now he doesn't look like much because he's just some base coats. He'll look like this. Thank you, Melter. Appreciate it. Appreciate it. I should have mixed more. I'm going to have to mix some more of this edge highlight. I think the chipping will work on this guy too, because he's got a few, like this thighs, he's got a few large areas that need a bit of detail, and it would look good if I could bother glazing, but I cannot be bothered glazing. So instead we do a little bit of a cheat. We cheat and we put some chipping on it. Yeah, I need to mix some more paint. Silly. 2 of that. And 1 of that. What did you get up to on your stream, Melter? Are you a hobbyist as well? Still yet to buy a Dreadnought as your... are you going to do a Dreadnought as your first paint project? They are fun. I'd say for Space Marines, for me, I think one of the best miniatures to paint is... I just ripped a hole in my paint pellet. Nice, fantastic. Are you a PvPing on Space Marine 2? Nice. I haven't played Space Marine 2 for ages. I think the best model to paint, personally, I think is a Terminator. I think the size of those kits is really good. But after that, a Dreadnought. Are you getting into... like, has that got you into the hobby? Has Space Marine 2 inspired you to try some painting? Or had you had any experience with Warhammer prior to a Space Marine 2 game? Sort of what I'm asking. 5 hours probably customizing with new options. That's sick. That's very good. I think for me, Space Marine 2, because I'd basically done everything before the Horde mode came out, like everything, I think I just lost a lot of my motivation to play it. Still a fantastic game. I did hear that the Power Axe came out. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, look, Dreadnought. Good starting point. Pyre Cannon. Very cool. Very cool. I have to, I definitely have to limit. I have to limit where I put my attention. And right now, that is the wrong color. Is the wrong color? It's okay. It's okay. We can fix this. He's painting robots again. Yeah, I know. I'll be painting robots for a while, Ben. There's still... What do we got? We've still got 5 more robots to paint, my guy. And they're way more detailed. But it'll all be worth it when Gundam Assemble drops and we can play it on stream, because I'm low-key sick of saying we're gonna play games on stream and we don't play games on stream. But this, we're going to play. We did not. Yeah, no, I'm painting all of these Gundam Assemble models up, so when the game drops, there's no excuse. Plus, you don't need terrain. All it is a neoprene mat. We will be set the day it drops. The day it drops, I'm gonna try and do some stuff, or the day after. Maybe we play a handful of games and get used to it, so we don't just look like silly people trying to work out the rules while we play, because that probably wouldn't be enjoyable. And surely it can't be that hard to learn how to play Gundam Assemble. It didn't, like, you have three mobile suits on the table. You're gonna moz it? Nah, we'll be right. I'll tell you what, they Bandai must be filling in some cash to people in terms of creator land. Squidmar made a video on Gundam. That dude wouldn't get out of bed unless someone handed him 10k, surely. There's three, you control 3 mobile suits. It's not going to be that, it surely will not be that hard. Look like 3 mobile suits and a D20. Might be one of those easy to learn, hard to master type of setups, I imagine. Clip it. Yeah, clip it. Go for it. Gundam Assemble is going to be a very easy game to learn. I will have no problems whatsoever. Baby game for babies. Baby game for babies. We've got like 20 people watch it. Like, imagine 20 people just being like, ah, man, he's wrong. It's not like there's going to be like 10,000 people being like, haha, BFG Justin's an idiot. What an idiot. starting my stream an hour earlier is mucking around with my internal body clock. Because when I start stream at the normal time, I would have been, painting for like 45 minutes now. But in actual fact, I've been painting for an hour and 45 minutes on stream. Does have a few edge highlights, this guy. Does have a few edge highlights. JC, how you doing? Suffering with inceptors because they keep... Yeah, those rods are shit. Those rods are trash, unfortunately. I built and painted 3 inceptors and I did it absolutely flawlessly in terms of like the build and gluing the stem on prior to painting. And then I did a whole bunch of masking up and I was really, really careful with how I did them. And then like after the first game I played with them, I like knocked one with my hand and it broke on the stem. And I was like, you are kidding me. You're actually kidding me. And I don't normally do that type of stuff, like painting with a clear stem there, like. But yep, they're a pain in the butt. Stick a bit of rebar on their backside. Yeah, I'll do it. I mean, they've basically moved away from those stems, haven't they? Like, you look at the Assault Marines and the new Raptors and stuff like that, and they're not really using those stems anymore. I'm going to have to go with just Ogren camo, I think, for the second edge highlight. Just looking at this edge highlight. Nah, you could do what you want, Melter Hero. Do what you want. There are a few people out there that are pretty sort of gatekeepery with the law, but the best way to enjoy your hobby is to do it the way you want to do it. So if there's like a certain weapon you want to take from a Chaos model and put it on an Imperium model, or vice versa, then you should do it. I did a charity piece last year and I used a shitload of kits to do some kit bashing. My favorite sort of conversions, kit bashing, are the ones that are hard to tell that they're a conversion or a kit bash. So someone would look at it and be like, oh yeah, where'd you get that Night Lord, Chaos Lord? And be like, made him. Okay, this cheeky bugger's actually got quite a few highlights. Harvey must be AFK. I said Night Lords and it didn't trigger. Night Lord had mentioned. Exactly. I'm actually listening to. There's a guy I listen to. He's called Lawkeeper's Librarian, and he's been doing some lore videos on a lot of the legions and their Primarchs. And the most recent one is the Night Lords and Conrad Kurz. And I put it on and sleep to it. So it's funny. I sort of know when I've fallen asleep and which parts of the podcast I haven't heard yet. So I just go back every night and I restart from the point that I fell asleep. Daddy Kurz, yeah. Am I using... I did. I used the wrong color again. I've got these two colors right next to each other and I keep getting the wrong one. It's meant to be this one. just painting these heavy metal style has made me think about how I said I was going to attempt a master grade heavy metal. That shit's crazy talk. That's actually insane. I did say it. I did say it. Now looking back, and it's just like, yeah, that. Mind you, that was at the start of my streaming journey when I wasn't doing any tutorials or anything like that. I wasn't really looking at the amount of time that I was spending painting miniatures. Like now every miniature sort of has a purpose, as you know, Marvin. Like very rarely am I just straight up painting a miniature. These are it's very lucky with these. Like this is the combination of painting a miniature for a purpose, but also being heavily inspired to paint them. And sometimes the two, well, a lot of the time the two don't go hand in hand. It's the tricky thing when you're getting into Warhammer and you're like wanting to paint an army up. Sometimes painting 2,000 points, not sometimes, all the time. It's never easy to paint 2,000 points, ever. It's super rewarding. Like extremely, extremely rewarding. But it's never easy. This, yeah, it is very much. It is very much the perfect spot. And we got gun tank and gun cannon done super early. The ones that I wasn't really looking forward to painting. I've got the three last that I really want to paint. I did start with the ones that I was the most keen for though, the Zaku's. I was super, super keen for the Zaku's. I reckon we'll finish up in around, I don't know, whenever it's 9:30 my time. My elbow is screaming at me to stop. But it can shut up for the next 25 minutes. We've got painting to do, elbow. We've got painting to do. Some weird angles down here that just, they're not symmetrical, these feet, in terms of like the angles and stuff on them. Yeah, why they got a thruster on the crotch? What's with their thrusters? wonder if this little bit of foam from my gaming box will help. Oh, kind of. I mean, I have been painting an absolute shit ton today. Paint's getting pretty thick. I don't want to mix anymore. Surely we've got 9 more minutes of painting worth. The amount of paint I've got. Just add some water. Come on. There's really not enough paint. It's bloody annoying. You know what? I won't mix any other paint, but we'll just get some Ogren camo and we'll start applying a secondary edge highlight to some of these areas. Deciding, I think full Ogren camo is the actual way to go. I need that contrast. Just not adding enough water to this stuff. All right, guys, we are going to finish up there. I'll be back tomorrow. Well, I mean, I started at 8 today, so... Oh, sorry, 7. Sorry. I started at 7 today. So I'll probably start at 7 tomorrow if I have the time to do it. But I'll definitely be here at 8. We'll continue work on the ground type Leo. We are into the highlights, so it's sort of the fun part now. Once we get the highlights done on the olive armor, geez, there's not much more to go. So I think we'll get through this guy maybe 3 streams. I reckon we'll do 3 streams worth, and he'll be done. He will be done. Let's raid. Let's raid Skits Mix. Let's raid Skits Mix. Completely spelled his name wrong. Skits Mix. I think I've got that right. Yeah. All right. Cool. That is all from me, guys. Enjoy your day. Enjoy your night. We're going to go see what Skits Mix is up to, and I'll catch you all tomorrow. See you later, guys.